How to get my matcha frothy. Hello everybody, welcome to the Daily Sip. My name is Oliver and my mission is to bring you closer to organic Japanese green tea. And today the topic is how do I get actually a frothy matcha, and it is actually a very simple thing to do, and today I will guide you through how to do this, and then in the end is how I personally like to prepare a special matcha recipe for Christmas. So we're gonna start out with the topic itself. So it's gonna be around the frothiness of matcha, or how do I get a nice foamy look of my matcha like this one here. So one of the main points is that you actually use utensils where you prepare your matcha, which are also giving a little bit more air. One of these things can be the frother or the whisk of Japan, typical matcha whisk, Chasen called. So this one here actually gives a lot of foam, and it is a good way to do your matcha. Another thing is what you can use is this macchiato mix, where you this milk frother, this automatic milk frother. They're very cheap in the store, but one of the main things which is important is that you actually use a bowl that gives you space to do a good matcha foam. So just to show you this, I brought two different bowls. One is a Japanese matcha bowl and one is just a normal Western style cereal bowl. So what you can see, or what the difference is actually, is when you look inside, you see that here with this one here you have a lot of space at the bottom, so it really leaves you space when you whisk the matcha, that you can really use up all the space going from one side to the other. Another one here, the cereal bowl, and you can already see here you have much less space to whisk your matcha, so it's just at the bottom a little bit of space, so it's going to be quite hard to do it. So what it is good, if you have a bowl at home, look that you use the bowl which leaves you the most space, and then you really have the space to do your matcha. So let's go through this and see and compare these two bowls and see how the matcha will turn out when I do it in one bowl where I have more space, and in one bowl where I have a little bit less. For this I bought Yabukita matcha, and I need a sifter to sift through the matcha. Then take around this amount of matcha, 1 teaspoon. This is around 1 to 1.5 grams, and then later we're gonna add on around 70 milliliters of water, and we're gonna do this for both bowls. Good, very important. Matcha can form a little bit of crumbs. This is just normal because the green tea just absorbs a little bit the humidity. It's not something that turns the matcha bad, it's just something that happens naturally with the matcha. And here already I have the first problem. Yeah, no, it works, but it's nearly too big to place my sifter. Then I use the same amount of matcha. Yeah, voila. And sift it through. Good. Good, so you can see it really forms this fine powder at the bottom. Very beautiful. And now we can just add in the water. We do this one by one. So around 70 ml. So now I'm gonna whisk this. Just easy M forms, like M, and then you just keep on going until you have a very nice foam. Slowly I'm getting used to make a good foamy matcha, so I'm gonna show you that directly. Now, when we have a look how this matcha looks, And you can see very fast I was able to create a very foamy matcha. There's even still foam inside, so very, very beautiful. A lot of space which you can use up, and this is then a very good way to do matcha. Now I'm gonna try the same here, but I need a glass. I just drink this one, which I prepared before. Et voila. Good. Now we're gonna add the water, around the same amount. And now we're gonna try to whisk this. It's much more difficult, but it works too. But I touch much more the sides of the matcha bowl. It gives me less power, less dynamism to do the matcha. And now let's see what the difference is. And you can see I was able, due to the fact that I'm quite fast with the whisk, I was able to create foam, but here you have just less foam than with this one here. So if you want to have really a foamy matcha, try to get as much space as possible, and this is definitely with this one here. So this is a very easy way. Just look that you have a bowl which gives you at the bottom enough space, and then you definitely can do high or a lot of foam, very creamy. Otherwise you have just less foam and it's not that creamy. But as today is Christmas, I like to do a small matcha latte, which I just prepared here for Christmas time. I got some ice, and what I want to do here is actually that I enjoy here with a small amount of cinnamon. So I brought some cinnamon with me, a matcha latte. So some almond milk, which I pour over the ice, just like that. Very simple. And then I'm gonna use my matcha prepared, and I'm gonna pour it in. Very beautiful. And what is nice now with the foam, that it just sits on top of the matcha. Looks very, very beautiful. Like this little bit of a mix of white and green. And then on top of this, I will just put some cinnamon. Cinnamon, very healthy, and it gives you a little bit of a desserty feeling. So, and that's already the one I'm drinking today. If you want to have it a little bit more creamy, what you can actually add on is some peanut butter. So this is peanut butter, organic peanut butter, which you can then add to the matcha, and it gives the matcha a little bit more of kind of creaminess, but this one here does it also very well. So cheers, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you like this one too, and if you ever have questions, do not hesitate to ask me. I'll be happy to answer them. Merry Christmas everyone, and have a great day, have a great time with your family or wherever you are. Thanks a lot, bye. So it's nice green. There's this nice green flavor profile. The almond milk is very subtle, a little bit of nuttiness, and then you can add actually the cinnamon, which just spices it up a little bit and gives it a little bit of a kind of a sweetness and Christmassy. taste profile. So it's good. Let's try with peanut butter. Just add this in like this and just swirl it around. Good. And now let's try this. Gives a nice nutty flavor to it. Adds an additional nice nutty flavor to the matcha. So, last sip. And gone. Thanks a lot.